your inner being channel.
Well, good day and welcome. I believe that we can create a better world right now. For years, I have been saying I believe that we can create a world where every single human being has food, water, shelter, warmth, medical aid, at least at a minimum, and basic education for every single person on this planet. And I truly believe that we can do that now. But the whole world has to focus on it. So now let me explain to you what's going on here. At the time of this recording, the whole world is in lockdown. We are in a lockdown because we're all going through a virus, a pandemic. It's that great pandemic of 2020. We're never going to forget this. And at the time of this recording, it's been a couple months in, and we don't know how long it's going to last. But the nations around the world have stepped in to provide relief for everyone so that everyone can have their basic needs taken care of to a minimum, and so that the economy doesn't crash. But there is a problem here, in that economy will crash if it continues on the way it's going. So let me explain the little nicks and crannies that are going on right now. Nations have decided to use an emergency fund for billions and trillions of dollars. And they're providing citizens with a certain amount of income for just staying at home. Everyone's in a different situation. Some people are single, some people have a family, and some people are still working from home. Some people still have jobs because they are deemed essential workers, and others are just sort of on a bit of a vacation, a staycation kind of thing, where we're all locked down. And look, people are going to go mentally crazy after a while if they haven't started already. In fact, NASA, I just want to remind that NASA has done studies because they want to take people into space for long periods of time and bring people to Mars and the moon. Look, studies have been done that when people are isolated for a very long time, it's mentally challenging. Even for people who are focused on that, it's challenging for them. So now you are going to ask the whole world of just regular citizens who are not prepared to do such a thing to be mentally stable during this time. You would think that this would be just fine, and that at some point when they deem that everything's okay, that everyone can just go back to their jobs and the economy can start running again. But that is not what's going on. Now let me explain here. Despite the fact that a lot of us are getting a certain income for just staying at home, for people who have to pay mortgages or car loans or any of the such things like that, there has been a relief for them for a certain period of time. Unfortunately, that period of time will not exceed the time that it's going to take for people to get back to work. So eventually that break from the banks is going to halt, and people are going to have to pay again their mortgages and all their financial obligations. Businesses right now all around are going bankrupt. Why? Are they not getting a break? No, they're not getting a break. A lot of businesses still have to pay some type of financial obligation. So what we are seeing, and we all heard this, there are businesses that are closing down. That means that people, they aren't going back to a job. And some of these jobs will not even be around when the time has come for everyone to go back to normal. And there probably will be some sort of economic crash. And that's because in the background, there is still companies who are making a profit, and the focus of the government is at a minimum. If businesses and banks and anybody profiting, if they were to put a halt on any of their profits, not at a minimum, but at a 100% pause from now until indefinitely, when we need to get things back to running again. So it would kind of look like this. Right now, businesses like Walmart and Amazon and any other company that's providing essential goods for the people. Right now, they are paying for their employees. And they're also paying for production for things. So farmers, for example, are struggling to even get the food produced and then processed. And then all that has to be shipped from point A to point B in order to be going from the farms to the grocery store. There's a lot involved there. So if the government wants to spend their money, I am proposing an idea where the government subsidizes all those businesses. The government pays 100% of the wages for those employees, and they pay 100% for the production cost, such as hydro or gas, whatever is needed to get the stuff done. They provide that. The cost of food is pretty much the same as it always has, although I have seen some deals going on. But because of the farmers having a difficult situation, what's happening is that the prices for all our goods are going to go up, which is counterintuitive of what we could do, because we can reduce that price to a low cost as opposed to rising cost. Because the people are still going to the grocery store, and what if they were just paying for the production cost? So as opposed to a loaf of bread rising to $3 or $5 or whatever the cost is where you live, that would move to a minimum. And so people like the farmers, although they may not make their profit like they normally would, they could in turn be compensated later on in some way when businesses start to run back to normal, you see? So in this way, everybody wins. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe I'm just a little bit thinking too much out of the box. But it's not like I just thought of this overnight. I've literally been thinking about this for quite some time. And I just thought the other day, like, this is the opportunity that we need to seize. Because we weren't able to go from the society that we had and to transition it into the world that I've always thought that we could have until now. I was like, wait, this is that moment. Why? Because you need a pause. If you pause the world, then you can make those small adjustments, and then everybody can come out of this together almost on an equal basis here. And so let's all do this, and just again, let me know what you think, and let's figure this out. Frankly, I'm just going to say this. I know what I just said was a little bit long here, but listen, I have a feeling that it might still be too late. I don't know if we can actually get this going, because I think that the players have their foot down on a few game pieces here, and we're just not going to get back to, we're probably going to have a system that won't allow everyone to have those basic needs that I said. It's just a bit of a control thing. There's still going to be greed in this world, and I just think that maybe now, as everyone is starting to become more awake and understand and more open to greater things such as working in harmony and care and positive. We are all looking for positive and whatever that means to you. So let's work at this together. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for at least giving me the time if you've listened to this far. And until next time, take care, and I wish you well. Yeah, cheers.
Thank you for watching.